Mhm. Respected friends, we are in the endeavor of gaining the knowledge, strengthening the knowledge, deepening the knowledge, owning the knowledge. Then slowly, strength we have to invoke to live that knowledge. Knowledge is liberation practiced. Non knowledge, ignorance is bondage experienced. So, Sri Rama, guided by Sri Vaashishtha ji, indicates to us a big thing that even the Avatara Rama had heard from the Guru the Brahma Vidya. So, we all human beings want to talk about us, we also have to hear, listen Brahma Vidya from our Gurus. Till when, sir? Till the Brahma Vidya is known, owned, lived, and experienced. Slowly, our importance, priority should become the Vidya and Adhyatmikata, reducing the importance, priority to anything else, which in technical terms called as samsara. Why samsara? Because it is continuously changing, continuously slipping away from our hands, continuously. By the time we feel that we got it, it's gone. Slippery, isn't it? Anything you see in life, got, by the time you enjoyed, it slipped from our hands. Even if enjoyed, it is not up to the mark and not all the time. And we ourselves, the most loving objects or people, start not liking loving one day. Why? Because the loved beings, the loving instruments, both are fickle, both are continuously changing, little more subtly seen. They are just projections. Gradually, they got into that state through projection. Gradually, they get rejected also in their qualities which impressed at one time. Isn't it? Either the qualities which impressed us at one time change or our choices change, which are not there in that thing or being. Isn't it? That's how it never be continuous stationary peace or happiness with the world which is called therefore samsara. With all the hard work, whatever we gain, either we ourselves give it up or it goes away from us. Vichitra hai. Whereas in that spiritual truth, it is infinite, it is complete. It is the knowledge of the self. Beauty of knowledge, especially Atma Jnana, is it is so secured and it's so complete. बस जानो बात हो गया. Thereafter, all the causes for struggle, causes for samsara, causes of so much of vain, fruitless efforts, they all cease to be in the realization of this self. That is why the rishis, munis told us play in the world outside if you want, but cannot be, should not be permanent. Come home. You know that home, HOME, OM in between H and E here and there. So Om, He is the Om, HE is Om. That our home is Om, which is He. He is the self. Rama, guided by Vasishtha ji, let us see further what more things we either learn new ones or strengthen already gained. Whatever, every shloka, every topic, word by item, whether we study, understand or not. Summary is this: every day we have to realize, every day we have to strengthen. That is the Chidakasha, the reality. One mistake of mm, dissociating with it, disidentified with it, disowning it enough to create the endless havoc, which will only end only when we go back to identify with it. Aham Chidakasha Ruposmi. Fact. Missed it? Now the endless chaos, confusions. So when will all of them end, sir? With saying sir to me, you are asking. I'll tell you with 5 times saying you sir. Sir, 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 sir. That without knowing the essential self, the problems won't end. When will be the problems of the dream end? Batao. Is not only one way that we wake up to the waking plane. In the same way, without knowing the self. See, in that next shloka of our Shvetashvatara. यदा चर्मवद आकाशम वेष्टेष्यन्ति मानवाः तदा देवम अविज्ञाय दुख शांत भविष्य. पूरे आकाश को तुम चमड़े की तरह लपेट जब सकोगे तब जाकर विदाउट नोइंग द सेल्फ देन that you can end the dukkhas. Very funny way of saying we are going to see next 2-3 days. Come. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने. ब्रह्मानंदं परम सुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः. दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः. सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं. ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः योगवासिष्ठमहारामायणशास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने समर समनंतर संस्मृत्यनुभव वर्णनम नाम चत्वारिंशः सर्गः. A bold effort of ours in trying to go through such a huge text without any fear whether we justify or not, or everything we remember or not. Minimum thing which is happening is we are at least not wasting our this time or misusing this time or further spoiling our life at this time. A little higher side, the benefits are Smruti, remembrance of Vasishtaji, Rama Bhagavan daily. So, to the chanting of these mantras and at least trying to see the literal meaning. Then, further, we try our best also, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, to qualify our antakarana with proper upasanas to be able to digest, understand the exact purport of every chapter, every topic, every shloka. The divine grace of Rama Vasishta will help us, Vasishtaji. Okay, yesterday up to this we have seen कि अस्मदादि प्रबुद्धात्मा, the Rama's question is कि therefore the Srishti Hetu is Smruti like ours, that of the Brahma Deva also. Therefore there is a Hetu to it. It has to be real or it has a Karana. Thus even saying the Brahma Deva created the world out of his Smriti, therefore he himself also is bound. Because Smriti है ना उसके अनुसार is compelled to create, like we are compelled to project our own life, our own world out of our own ajnana and smriti. The answer given is very good one. Ki mahati pralaye Rama, when the Mahan pralaya happens, sarve, all, even Hariharadaya, the Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara also, videha muktatam yanti. They go to merge with the pure consciousness called as videha muktata. Even the upadhis will not be there. The dehas, upadhis. Smrute kaiva sambhavaha. Therefore, where is the question of any smruti remaining? That the next सृष्टि the ब्रह्मदेवा created with this smruti. ऐसा कहने के लिए स्मृति तो है ही नहीं. And then to substantiate the videha muktata of everyone including Brahmadeva Adi, Sri Vasishtaji says Asmadadihi Prabhuddhatma, the beings like us who are awakened to the reality, Kila Avashyam Vimuchyate, we ourselves also enter into that Videha Mukta Sthiti. Katham Bhavantu no Muktaha Videhaha Padmajadayaha. How come the Brahmadeva Adi remain without getting mukti? Only to those who have not got the Videha Mukti Atmanabhuti, that they are having the Smriti under which they will be creating the world. So, Padmajadaya Videhaha Katam no Muktaha Bhavantu. Why they are not liberated when we ourselves are liberated? We are at the lower level than the Brahmadeva. Because Brahma Manasa Santati are all these rishis, etc. So, what about the beings like you? I have to explain. So, we are taking Rama as an individual, indicating through him to the beings there. Anye tvam iva ye jivaha. All the beings other than like you, other than we, the Videha, Jivan Muktas, going to be Videha Muktas at the Mahapranaya, other than we people, you all, Anye Tvamiva Ye Jivaha, Tesham, for them, Marana Janmasu, for their Mruti and after Mruti, the new Janma, Smruti Karanatam Eti. Their Smruti, their Samskaras, their Vasanas, their Karma Paripaka, they become the Hetu. Why? Simple. Moksha abhava shatu. Because they are not yet in the moksha sthiti. See that very clear. And moksha is through aham chidakasha osmi, chit swarupa osmi, sachidananda brahmosmi, satyam jnanam brahmosmi, anantam brahmosmi. In this only there is moksha. So moksha abhava vashat smriti karanat. Okay. Janma maranani sambhavanti anyesham jivana. And the other things which at the height of Rama and Vaashishtha, they won't add. It will be told actually after 10 slokas. We can add here only. Once the Janma happens, till the Marana, along with Marana, other than insecurities, fears, dukkha's, struggles, disappointments, rejections, what else are there in this world, even though we try to cover them up, hide them with our pseudo smile on the face. Hannah, don't get deluded by this fact, but this thing that seeing the people smiling, seeing the people well dressed outside, well made up, big cars and all, that they are liberated, that they are free from the chaos, confusions, problems, miseries. No, no, no. They have more problems than us of many types. इसलिए कभी भी ऐसा नहीं सोचना एक ही द क्या कहते हैं उसको द थंब रूल इज ओनली वन knowing the self alone is liberated. Anybody else not know the self, he is bound getting his own dam gutna inside. Outside, how much he shows off as if he has no problems. He may not have one problem like a millionaire. Yes, he may not have with a sign finance problem, but the health problem, the relation problem, सबसे terrible, the mind problem, the negative habits problem, बोलो ego problem, comparison problem, competition problem, fear that I may lose problem. Continuously बाप रे बाप है ना 1000 crore है फिर भी somewhere he invested 100 crores whether I'll get profit or not that fear is there. How with this much money kept with the fear doubt inside where is the happiness? He also will not get sleep. He also will not eat food properly. He also cannot digest. 1000 crore है फिर भी सो मोक्ष अभावात स्मृति कारणम भवति अन्येषाम मरण जन्मसु. Think about this point. But for me and Brahmadeva, even Harihara, at the end of Mahapralaya, all are, though already Jivan Muktas, become Videha Mukta. So the individualities themselves are not there. What's that question of Smruti? Then, who is the Brahmadeva, new one in the new Kalpa? He is not a Jiva. It is Paramatma only, projects that individuality, empowers him with all the wisdom for him to produce the world, create. Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam, Yo Vai Vedascha Prahinoti. Tasmai. See that? Lucky we are that we are studying Upanishads, this knowledge we are getting from them also and as an authority. Next, Jeevo hi mruti murchante yad antaha pra unmishanniva anunmishita evaste prat pradhanamudahrutam. Jeeva hi, the beings, mruti murchante. Mruti named Murcha or Murcha named Mruti. You know, Murcha means so पूरा अपना ख्याल खोना, isn't it? Difference between Nidra and Mruti is after Nidra, though everything is forgotten in Nidra. When we wake up, same everything is removed. Remembered, sorry. As it is remembered. When I sleep as doctor, I wake up as doctor only. When I sleep as Indian, I wake up as Indian only, not anything else. This what you call everyday nidra wala. But when the mruti rupa murcha happens, the difference is when I die and I'm born again in another being, Sharira, earlier everything is forgot. That's why the word specially used is mruti murcha. Nidra also is a murcha. So, in that time, what happens? Jiva hi mruti murchante yad antaha pra unmishanniva. Within himself, whatever was there as the stuff that is in the form of sankalpas and the karmas done, all that cumulatively anunmishita evaste appears as an open thing for him in front. Like the children have their own thoughts inside the mind. None of those they do when the father is at home. The moment father goes away, then it's not each one. चार पांच बच्चे तो कैरम निकालने वाला कैरम बोर्ड निकालेगा, कंप्यूटर में खेलने वाला कंप्यूटर, सेल फोन वाला सेल फोन. Where were they when father was there? They were all in the unmisha sthiti. They were in the enfolded sthiti. When he goes, get unfolded. It's an example. So to in this life till I die, I am totally conditioned by these compulsions, obligations, senses of duty, and intelligences, attachments, attractions, etc. Moment I die, this body is dropped, no? And all these were related because of this body only. Once this body is dropped, they all also go away. Then unmanifest whatever were there inside, for them it becomes an open opportunity to express. That's the meaning of anunmishita eva aste. And that because of which totally new world he unfolds for himself is called that pradhanam udaharta. It's called as pradhanam. And remember, all of that has got generated from the ajnana of the Paramatmastu. And yet, that ajnana janita, all chitta vrittis, chitta sankalpas are illuminated by the consciousness only. Without that consciousness, nothing is illuminated. Nothing can exist. Nothing can get registered known. Okay? जीवो हि मृदुमूर्छान्ते यदन्तः प्र उन्मिषन्निव अनुन्मिषित इवाहते तत्प्रधानमुदाहृतम्. Okay? तद् व्योम प्रकृतिः प्रोक्ता तदव्यक्तं जडाजडं संस्मृतेरस्मृतेश्चैव क्रम एष भवोदये तद् व्योम. That is called vyoma. That's the absolute nonsense space. Tad called as prakriti. As I said, the sukshma vasanas. Tad avyaktam. It is in the unmanifest state. Jada jadam. When the Chaitanya Paramatma expresses through that, it is ajadam. When doesn't express, reflect, it is in the jada sthiti. Samsmrutehe asmrutehe chaiva. Krama eva sha bhavodayah. So samsmrutehe is the expression into manifestation. Asmrutehe is in an unmanifest form, it is there. Krama esha bhavodaye. This is how it happens. So mote taur par kya samjhe? The manifestation of what is within is this world, remaining inside the unmanifest, which when finds the opportunity, again it gets manifested. Another way, expressing it into gross, going back into subtle. As said in Gita, avyakta adini bhutani, vyakta madhyani, and avyakta nidhanani. From the unmanifest to the manifest, again back to unmanifest. That's why those who understand this Vedanta, they are in a different level which we cannot fathom. For them, this manifest world is much, much more unreal to them than the unmanifest. For us, the manifest is real. है ना उनको ये रियल नहीं होता दे ऑल नो दिस ऑल द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द वासनास expression of avidya only. It won't stay permanently. Therefore, this is unreal for them. Anything perceived through faculties is real to us and to a sukshma grahi anything perceived through faculties is unreal. Like we studied in Mandukya, so deeply one thought, I still remember though it has gone 4 years back we studied it. What is it, The fact that we are experiencing the Jagat is a proof that the Jagat is unreal. Because the reality is the self. Self is not an object. Being not an object, it cannot be experienced. Therefore, anything experienced objectively is not the self, is not the reality, therefore unreal. Wow, see that वेदांत. जगत अनुभव में आ रहा है ना, हाँ इसलिए वो असत्य है. क्योंकि सत्य अनुभव में आने वाला वस्तु नहीं है. क्योंकि सत्य हमेशा रहता है. सत्य चैतन्य स्वरूप है. Anything experienced by is temporary and it is jada. So the reality is existence consciousness. Anything we experience is not existence because it won't stay permanent. And anything known by us is always jada. Drushtam is always jadam. Yadrishyam tad jadam. Therefore, the fact we see the world is a proof that it is not real. That's their level of thinking. And it's experience too. Samsmrute rasmrute shchaiva kramayeva esha bhavodaye. This is how whatever we have in our causal body, the ignorances, the projections, delusions, they alone get manifest. And in this life, whatever life I am living, what vasanas I created, knowingly and unknowingly, will make me project a world for myself after the death, totally in that way. I may be Pakshi in the Pakshi Janma, I may be in the Machli Janma, I may be as a human, but somewhere different totally, in the different Sharira, different habits and all, which we have studied many a times, but not in this more analytical way. Here the analysis is my smruti is the hetu for me projecting my own world around, which is unique to me. I only have projected. So my mother, my father, my brother, sister, whom I have to be born with, is all my own karma hetu. Hetu are my own karmas, basically. First is this. Then theirs also are there, so it becomes mutual. That's why I said individual, you and me, then the total, then the Ishvara. Four things. My own individual things, you and me together, the Samashti, as well as the Ishvara. Ishvara is to facilitate for us only, he does all. Okay. Next, go to the next level of projection, how it happens. Bodhonmukhatvehi mahat tat prabuddham yatha bhavet tada tanmatra dikkala kriyabhutadyudeti khat. So, bodha unmukhatvehi, when the consciousness empowers this Vyoma, this Prakriti, this is Pradhanam, which is called, that alone projects the Mahat. At the total level, it is called as Mahata. Our individual level, it is called as the Sukshma. Bodha Unmukhatve, when the pure consciousness becomes, when it empowers that Prakriti Sthita Vishayas, Mula Prakriti Sthita impressions, they become Mahata, Sukshma Rupena Vyakta. Bodha Unmukhatvehi Mahat Tat Prabuddham Yatha Bhavet. After that, Tada, from that Sukshma Sthiti, Tanmatra. All the Sukshma Tanmatras, Dik, the space, Kala, the time, Kriya, the various activities, happenings, Bhutadi, all beings, Udeti, they get manifested. Khat, from that empty Akasha Sthiti. which is not the Chidakasha, but Chidakasha empowered the unmanifest Mula Prakriti. From that, all these in time get manifested. What are the things? Tanmatra, Dik, Kala, Kriya, Bhutadi, all of that. So much substantial we are taking. Yes, they are appearing, we are interacting, we are experiencing, yet they are all from that Mula Prakriti, grassified only. All of them have risen from the Chaitanya, sorry, from the Ajnana Avidya of the Atmavastu. When the Shuddha Atmavastu is awakened to, either they are never there or they are never real other than the self. What happens is that Rupanama is a non existing thing that is realized at that time. Remove the Rupanama from the world. Where is the world? Other than the Rupanama in the mud part, what is there as a part? Next sentence important. Other than mud. What is there in the waves? When the Rupanama is removed, other than the water, what is there in the entire universe, cosmos, when the Rupanama removed, other than the pure self? Then, for this Rupanama to manifest, whatever the avidya is there and whatever the impressions are there, imaginations are there, projections are there, they are the cause for the manifestation of this Rupanama. And because of the impressions, avidyas continuously go on changing, from there the manifested world also continuously change. Any example you take, 300 years back, what were the samashti samskara of the beings on the whole world or in our India? Outside that used to get manifested. 200 years back, 100 years back, 50 years back. It was a total everybody's sankalpa that from distance also I must be able to talk or listen. Samashti sankalpa. Everybody agreed to that. Everybody accepted it. Nobody rejected. Thus, the totality had to work through someone in the creation first of the telephone, isn't it? पहले शब्द का हो गया. Banda was not happy कि शब्द I am able to listen. He wanted to see also. Then slowly the videos, the lives, the cameras, the internets, all of them are manifestation of our total vasana that I want to see a person far away and talk also to him. That is a genesis, that is the cause of this projection or creation of all these instruments called as cell phones and all of that. Otherwise, just like that, they won't get manifested. Now, these principles of cell phones, internets, the whole universe has accepted it. Like in India, UPI. All of us have accepted. So, our total conscience has accepted it. Therefore, it is functional. Isn't it? समझ में आ रहा है ना कैसे हमारा सूक्ष्म अति सूक्ष्म वांछा gets manifest. Even these wars that are happening are the outer projection of the inner cumulative consciousness. Now, when some great Mahatmas come with all their tapashakti, willpower, and all, induce into the beings the concept of peace, then slowly the wars will subside, peace prevails. That's why the saints arrive time and again, reset the conscience of the beings at the totality level, maximum. And as long as that influence of that Mahatma's Bodha teachings remain, the people receive it, abide by it. That situation is seen outside. Once some other devil also comes up, becomes more powerful and influences the psyche of the totality, again the devils come up. The whole world again manifests like that. We are seeing it in front of our own eyes. Then Tadeva Uchunam Abuddham, further enlivened by the consciousness, our things themselves manifest as what? Bhavati Indriya Panchakam. The Indriyas also get manifested out of it. Tadeva buddhyate dehaha. Then the tanmatras through panchikarana becomes stula, tanmatras become stuli bhuta, become panchamahabhutas. Panchamahabhutas mutually combine Panchikaranam, then the Panchikruta Mahabhutas. From this, all the dehas. Tadeva buddhyate dehaha. Saha eshaha asya ativahika. Before the stula deha happens, at the sukshma sthiti, it's called as ativahikata. Not identified with the stula is called ativahika, but with full control. Otherwise, the other two more ativahikas are the swapna. Swapna is ativahika, but we have no control of which sharira to get or which dream to have. So here, when we use the sacred word ativahika, dream is not, but the similarity between dream and ativahika is in both the stula deha tadatma is not there. The ativahika sthiti is marananantaram. After marana, that jiva is detached from this body, not yet identified into enter into other body. That also ativahika sthiti. But there he is compelled by his own inner vasanas. He has no freedom and choice. He cannot say, mujhe nahi varna murgi. If the murgi vasanas are there, though it is manifested ordered by him, he will get only that only. Only when I get freed from vasanas one side, master over the prakriti the other side, that I myself can choose. By that time you are already liberated. Then to serve the world you can choose. Oh, this time in that country the jivas have to be helped. So I'll be born in that desha. By choice, the rishis, munis are born in different bodies, in different deshas, different lokas also. That's why those who understand this higher Vedanta, they won't differentiate Mahatmas anywhere they can come. The Vyasa can be taking an expression in any place and teach the beings there as it is required. They don't have any differentiations of any sort. Their only one differentiation is Ajnaniyon ko Jnani banao, Baddhon ko Mukta banao. Like at the gross level too, those who know the pangs of hunger, they won't see whether he is Hindu or Muslim or Indian or foreigner, even animal or human. अगर hungry है तो उसको खिला देता. He is beyond. He is only seeing the hunger. He gives the food. Cow ho ya buffalo ho, fellow ho. That's called Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavyastin Shuni Chaiva Shapakeja Panditaha Samadarshina. So, in this way, from the inner Smruti only, which unmanifested form में avidya and samskar कहते हैं, the next life after leaving this body happens. That Smruti only quickly, for our sake, gets molded, manifested through the subtle into the gross. That sharira, that everything just gets set automatically because of that our samskaras. So tadeva uchunam abuddham bhavati indriya panchakam tadeva buddhyate dehaha. Up to indriya panchakam identity, before the stula deha's arrival, it is called eshaha asya ativahikaha. Then देखो मस्त बात वशिष्ठ जी कहते हैं चिरकाल प्रत्येतः. For a long time, slowly, that subtle also is feeling that something more to be added. Then the gross is added to it. Kalana paripivaraha. Because of the kalpana becoming pivara. Pivara means mota. जब तगड़ा मोटा स्थूल होता है इनका कल्पना, फ्रॉम देयर आदि भौतिकता बोधम आदत्ते च एषः. He comes to the adi bhautika sthiti, and the one who has come to adi bhautika stula deha sthiti, with what Vaashishtha is comparing balavatu. Child, you tell him, beta इसमें बहुत नुकसान आ रहे, दिक्कत आ रहे. ये 5% of sukha, 95% of dukkha. He says, फिर भी रहने दो. I want that only. That's the bala mentality. He is happy with the micro happiness that's coming, for which ready to go through the macro misery. That is childish. So too, this jiva, though 5-10% of sukha is there with the sharira, 80-90% of dukkhas are there, but still he wants that. That strengthened ignorant thought makes him take up the Stula Sharira. And then once the comfort zone happens with the Stula Sharira Tadatmya, with all the kicks getting, he feels happy there only. That is what you and I. We are suffering still. We are in a type of murcha or coma. That all these sufferings are because of Stula Sharira Tadatmya. They will end only when I reach to Ativahika. This knowledge he is not ready to receive. His intellect, his abilities, his capacities are lost in trying to be happy with the body identity only, which is called Vainachiketa as Sarve Indriyanam Jarayanti Tejaha, or in Gita, Yanmana Indriyanam Charatham Indriyanam Yanmana Vidiyate Tadasya Harati Prajnam. What we see in all Shastras is this. And this is our condition. This gross body is the grossest manifestation with maximum miseries, minimum happinesses. Freedom in iska. No, as an ativahika deha, you have no sitting, standing problem. Anywhere हवा में घूम सकते हैं. But with a stula sharira, you need a chair to sit, you need a palang to sleep, you need a sofa to recline, you need, so many things for the vehicles to travel. कितने प्रॉब्लम है एंड कंटिन्यूस डिजीज देन टू मेंटेन इट दिन में 2 बार नहलाओ उसको पाउडर लगाओ दवाइयाँ देते रहो विथ ऑल दिस थिंग्स स्टिल मोमेंट बाय मोमेंट इट बिकम्स ओल्ड आफ्टर सर्टन एज इसे तू कुछ भी कर आई मैं तो जाने वाली हूँ स्थूल देह with all our attention given to it for 80-90 years one day it just says I am going back to Panchamahabhutas. See, these are all facts which are happening around us. We refuse to understand them. That's called illusion. Further, we'll see tomorrow. इतना काफी आज. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय.